Every year, more than 3 billion cans of tuna are consumed worldwide. To meet this colossal demand, enormous fishing vessels traverse the oceans, catching over 300,000 tuna specimens daily. But have you ever wondered how canned tuna is actually produced? How do they manage to transform tons of fresh fish into these small cans? Well, today we're traveling to Thailand, home to one of the largest canned tuna factories on the planet, where over 100,000 cans are produced every hour, ready to be opened and served in salads, sandwiches, or prepared meals. So get ready, because you're about to discover how one of the world's most consumed and prized fish is caught and processed on a massive scale. Let's begin. Step 1. Offshore capture. It all starts hundreds of miles off the coast, where huge tuna boats sail for weeks, crossing the open sea in search of gigantic tuna schools. Catching these fish is no easy task. Although not giants, they are true ocean sprinters and often swim in deep areas, making them a real challenge to catch. For this reason, tuna boats are equipped with radars, echo sounders, and even surveillance drones, capable of detecting schools even at great depths. And when they finally locate them, the real show begins. Fishermen activate a mechanical system that deploys an enormous purse and net, capable of reaching over 500 meters long and several tens of meters deep. The maneuver is precise. As the boat circles, the net extends, surrounding the fish until the encirclement is completely closed from below. The strongest tuna manage to escape, while the less agile ones remain trapped. In a single maneuver, a boat can catch up to 100 tons of tuna, a truly impressive quantity. Once caught, the tuna are lifted onto the boat using hydraulic cranes and quickly placed in enormous ultra-frozen internal holds, where they are preserved at -20 degrees Celsius, -4 degrees Fahrenheit, to maintain their freshness throughout the journey back to land. Step 2. Arrival at port and transport to the plant. With the boat loaded to the limit with tuna, it's time to return to port and begin the next stage, unloading, sorting, and preparing them for transformation. As soon as they reach land, the tons of fish are unloaded with hydraulic cranes and special nets, and loaded directly into refrigerated trucks that transport them to the processing plant. Maintaining freshness is very important, so the cold chain cannot be broken at any time. Once inside the factory, the tuna move onto industrial conveyor belts, where specialized operators inspect and select them one by one. They are classified according to their size, weight, and general condition, because not all tuna are suitable for the same type of product. The largest and best preserved ones are destined for premium canning lines, while smaller ones or those with visible imperfections are reserved for flaked preserves or derived products such as croquettes, pastes, or breaded items. All of this process is carried out under strict sanitary controls and with millimeter precision. A single error at this stage is enough to compromise the quality of hundreds or even thousands of cans. With everything inspected and selected, it's time to begin the true transformation process. Step 3. Evisceration and cooking. We've reached one of the most impressive parts of the process. Once unloaded and selected, the tuna are placed on processing lines where manual evisceration begins. Specialized operators, equipped with sharp knives and waterproof aprons, make quick and precise cuts to open the fish's belly and remove the entrails, blood, and any inedible internal remnants. In other words, they leave it completely clean inside and prepared for the next phase. Next, the tuna are placed into enormous industrial steam cookers. These giant chambers, capable of holding dozens of specimens simultaneously, cook the fish at temperatures close to 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, for approximately 2 hours. This process is key because it not only cooks the meat, but also softens the skin and bones, facilitating their separation later. Furthermore, cooking reduces the amount of water in the fish, concentrating its natural flavor and giving it that intense and characteristic taste expected of good canned tuna. Once the thermal process is complete, the cooked tuna pass through rapid cooling tunnels to stop the cooking, preserve their texture, and get them ready for the next step in the process: butchering. Step 4. Butchering and final cleaning. With the tuna cooked and cooled, it's time for one of the most delicate steps in the entire process: separating the meat from the rest of the body. One by one, the tuna are placed on large stainless steel tables, where specialized operators, equipped with extremely sharp knives, quickly remove the skin, backbone, fins, and begin to carefully cut the usable parts of the fish. This process requires almost surgical precision. A bad cut can completely ruin a high-quality loin. That's why each worker knows exactly where and how to cut to maximize the fish's yield and ensure that only the cleanest and most valuable meat remains. Here, the destination of each piece is also defined. Large, perfectly formed loins are reserved for premium preserves, while medium or irregular cuts are destined for conventional canned tuna. After this manual work, all the butchered meat moves along conveyor belts to a final review area. There, specialized operators visually inspect each piece, supported by precision sensors, to detect and eliminate any thin bones or imperfections that may have escaped the previous cut. Once this final inspection is passed, the pieces destined for canned tuna pass through an enormous industrial shredder that breaks them down to a uniform texture, ideal for canning. Only then, with everything ready, does the next step begin: automatic canning. Step 5. Automatic canning and dosing. Once the meat has been cleaned, approved, and shredded, it's ready to be placed inside the cans. Conveyor belts transport it to a fully automated canning line. There, high-precision dosing machines and mechanically calibrated arms precisely place exact portions of tuna into each stainless steel can. This process demands absolute precision. Every gram is calculated in detail. For example, a standard 140 gram can must contain exactly that amount, not a gram more, not a gram less. To achieve this, smart sensors verify the weight in real time and instantly correct any deviation. Once the fish portion is placed, the covering liquid is added, which can be water, brine, or vegetable oil depending on the product variety. This step not only helps preserve the content better, but also provides juiciness and a perfect texture when the can is open. With the can perfectly filled, each unit passes through an automatic seamer that applies the lid and hermetically seals each container in a matter of seconds. Everything is ready for the next step, a sterilization process that will allow the tuna to be preserved in perfect condition for months or even years. Step 6. Sterilization and quality control. We've reached the last step before the cans reach stores, supermarkets, and warehouses worldwide. First, each can is placed into enormous pressurized heat chambers, similar to gigantic industrial pressure cookers, where they are subjected to temperatures of over 120 degrees Celsius, 248 degrees Fahrenheit, for approximately an hour. This thermal treatment is fundamental. It eliminates any bacteria or microorganisms without affecting the tuna's flavor or texture. Once finished, the still-hot cans pass through a rapid cooling tunnel, where jets of atomized water reduce their temperature in a controlled manner. This prevents deformations in the container and ensures that the product is preserved in perfect condition. Immediately after, rigorous quality control comes into play. Specialized technicians take random samples from each batch and perform a series of tests, from verifying the weight and fill level to checking the hermetic seal, taste, smell, and even texture. In addition, microbiological analyses are conducted to ensure there isn't even the slightest flaw. Only when each of these parameters has been approved do the cans receive the green light to move on to the final step of the process. Step 7. Labeling and distribution. With the cans now sterilized and approved, it's time to give them their final identity. Each can passes through an automatic labeling line, where a high-speed machine applies the classic paper or plastic wrap indicating the brand, product type, expiration date, and lot number. After that, they are grouped into packages, either in cardboard boxes, trays, or shrink-wrapped containers, and placed on large pallets, awaiting their turn to go out into the world. From there, they're loaded onto refrigerated trucks that will distribute them to supermarkets, stores, warehouses, and even international export platforms. In just 1 hour, one of these plants can produce over 100,000 cans of tuna, an impressive figure that shows the colossal reach of this industry. To wrap up, tell us, did you imagine this entire process? What do you usually eat your tuna with? Let us know your answer in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next factory tour.